Sean, you want me to pull the log?
I already looked. There's nobody.
Oh, okay. Surprised.
Let's go to order. Someone please rise for pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. On council, if you want to do the invitations.
Lord, thank you for allowing us to gather here today. May everything we do gather be suitable for us, help us to conduct it to each other's family. We pray for every family that's represented and all the other families.
Amen.
Or commit the minutes that we have a house to the one from September. Next up, some public session. I checked the log. We didn't have any speakers. Moving on from that to the approval of the August 2nd, 2021 meeting agenda. Does everyone have a copy of the agenda in front of them this evening? Deletions to the agenda this evening. I have a motion to approve the agenda. All in favor of approving the this evening's agenda, say aye. Aye. Opposed? That is approved. So we want to have a copy of the minutes from the July 5th, 2021 meeting in front of them this evening. The additions and deletions to the minutes from July 5th, 2021 meeting. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes from the July 5th, 2021? That's that motion.
Okay.
Moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye. All opposed? Minutes are approved. The finance report, I spoke to Ms. Vaughn prior to the meeting here. There's a copy of everyone's packet this evening. If you don't have it, just let me know. But it's just a recitation of receipts and revenues from the month of July, and I understand the receipts look a little low because we're having to slot the receipts that we received, I believe, earlier in the month into the prior year's fiscal budget in July. So that's that. Questions, discussion on council about the fiscal report? Moving right along. Next up, we have the policy agenda. Ordinance number 2021-03, ordinance to impose now a 6-month moratorium on the acceptance and processing of applications for district boundary amendments, major subdivision developments, and development agreements in the town of Van Wyck, as amended. This is the second reading. Do I have a motion to consider ordinance number 2021-03?
I'll make that motion.
Okay, Bob made the motion. It's been seconded. All right. Do we have any discussions? Bob? I'll go ahead and take the floor real briefly. In your packets is the copy of the ordinance from the first reading where we were calling it a 12-month moratorium for district boundary amendments, conditional uses, major subdivision developments, and development agreements. Based on feedback we received from the town residents, we restricted that back to a 6-month moratorium, and it's just going to be on major subdivisions and district boundary amendments and development agreements. So minor subdivisions and conditional uses are still open. Any other discussion for council this evening? Do I have a motion to adopt ordinance number 2021-03? Been moved and seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? 21-03 is adopted. Okay. Ordinance number 2021-06. This is the ordinance adopting the town of Van Wyck, South Carolina 2031 comprehensive plan as mandated by the South Carolina Local Government Comprehensive Planning Enabling Act of 1994, again as amended. I have a motion to consider ordinance number 2021-06.
I'll make that motion.
It's been moved and seconded. Do we have any discussions? Open the floor real quick on this. Point out that some of the feedback that was received from town residents over the last now 2 months. This is the first time this came before council back at the beginning of June. It's tabled and there was public sessions on it and the like. We did have some modifications to it in the memorandum document pack this evening. Discusses clarifying language that was added and adjustments that were made on the following topics: historic names of the Van Wyck community, the tree canopy protection and tree farming, destinations, community spaces in rural community, rural lifestyle adjacent to large urbanized communities, industrial compatible use, future land use, data source from the natural resource maps, the trails and implementation of trails in partnership with community residents, neighborhood amenities in rural areas, and community survey response rate of residents. So, seen that in the packet. Do we have any more discussions? Well, the contents of that memorandum, unless there's further discussion, will be included in the 2031 comprehensive plan that is passed. And I'll also state for the benefit of town folks on town council and anyone else who happens to be within earshot, that this is not a static set in stone document. We are perfectly capable of amending the document as time goes on. It's designed to be that way. And so as residents come forward to us and or the planning commission with critiques and suggestions for adjustment, we can consider those and make those changes in time. I think that needs to be clear to everyone involved. So, any further discussion or questions? In that case, are we ready for the question? Do I have a motion to adopt ordinance number 2021-06?
Make that motion.
All right. Been moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Ordinance 2021-06 has been passed. Moving along, ordinance number 2021-07 is an ordinance to amend Title II, Chapter 2 of the Van Wyck Code of Ordinances so as to make changes to the duties of the town clerk and establish the duties of the town treasurer. This is also a second reading. Do I have a motion to consider 2021-07? Moved and seconded. Do we have any discussions? I'll take the floor briefly just to remind everyone that this was done at the suggestion of our auditor last year and our council to break apart the two roles as a means of more accurately auditing the town going forward. Makes perfect sense to have two different folks in on those sets of duties. So that's the intent. we'll go ahead and, there's not any further discussion. We can tee it up with the question. So, do I have a motion to adopt ordinance number 2021? Moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Ordinance is passed. Finally, in the policy agenda this evening, we have resolution 2021-14. Resolution to continue the engagement of Turner, Paget, Graham, and Laney for legal services and appointing Virginia P. Bozeman as the new town attorney. All right, so a motion to consider resolution R 2021-14.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Okay. Do we have any discussions? Go ahead and move to adopt. All in favor of adopting resolution 2021-14, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it. Moving into new business and announcements, we're going to go ahead and start off with announcements. First up, citizens are invited to join us in celebrating the town of Van Wyck's fourth anniversary of incorporation, our fourth birthday party. As with prior parties, except for last year, which didn't happen due to COVID, we're going to have cake and refreshments here at the community center at 7 p.m. on August 23rd. Get as many people here as we can. So please feel free to join us. We also can announce an arts and crafts fair that's going to be held here on September 18th, 2021. There's going to be more details about that coming as far as the time frame and the artists that are going to be involved. But the town has contracted with, I believe the name of the company is the Sculpture in the Landscape, Jim Davis' company. And he puts together public sculpture shows for municipalities, governments, the Carolinas. And he's teamed up with us to do that. The sculpture opening for that is also going to be the same day. Some public sculpture, in addition to the ones we already have out here for a year period on a community center property and potentially around town. Still working on that part. So, September 18th.
And there's a lace sculpture.
Yeah, at least sculptures. Yeah, we'll have them for a year. So the committee met. Let's see, it's about roughly a month ago. The committee met and picked the sculptures and some really interesting looking pieces. So I encourage everyone to come take a look. Next up, here's where I encourage everyone to participate. We have our candidate registration for the Van Wyck Town Council is open as of today. If you are interested in serving on town council, town government, if you've got an interest in serving the community and seeing what, helping to shape what the community is going to be doing over the next 4 years, well, 2 years for 2 of the slots, 4 for the rest. I strongly encourage you to go down to the Elections Bureau at the Lancaster County Courthouse and the government building down there, sorry, and sign up to run. I can tell you it's not particularly difficult as far as the running for office piece is. We've all here done it a couple times. And, there's a little bit of paperwork you have to do with the State Ethics Commission, and setting up your paperwork down there at the County Elections Bureau takes a couple minutes, but aside from that, it's not too difficult. So, if you have an interest, please do so. Really like to see more participation.
Sean, what kind of a commitment would it be from people, like a month? It's 2 meetings a month and.
Oh, yeah. Good call out. So current commitment for folks up here, we meet twice a month. We have the regular meeting and we also have a work session the Monday prior to that. The work session tends to go anywhere from an hour, hour and a half, sometimes 2. And you can see the regular meeting so far is 16 minutes. And we're almost at the end of the agenda. Sometimes it will go much longer, but it's usually not that bad. And there can be maybe another meeting or 2 during the course of the month, but we haven't done that in at least 2 years since that round of annexations we did. So not a huge time commitment as far as attending meetings is concerned. If you really want to get involved in doing things for the community, there's plenty of other things we could use help with. So, but I encourage anyone that's got at least been civic minded to step up Sir, great to have you. All right, any other discussion on that? Last item on the new business is setting the work session for August 30th at 7 p.m. Does that work for everyone? All right. All in favor, say aye. August 30th, 7 p.m. It's not a holiday. And any other new business while we're on? Case, do I have a motion to adjourn? Let the record show 2 people have made the motion and no one seconded. I guess they want to say. Okay, Bob seconded. All in favor, say aye. Meeting is adjourned. Thank you. Sure.
Hey, I was just wondering if the town council would have any conversation about participating in the lawsuit in the plant down the road.
We've not
The
talked
civil
about it. I mean, it was brought up in the last work session. I intend to. Are there other folks that are looking at it?
I just didn't know if the council has a buy-in.
Yeah, I don't know if we can. In order for the town to be involved in a lawsuit like that, I think we have to do it through the state attorney general.
Okay.
I tell you what, I'll take that away and explore that, see if it's something that we might be willing to consider or if it's something we can do.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Do you have to post, put it in the paper about signing up for,
The candidate thing,
mhm, or does
I think
Mary Ann do,
the county,
the counties does it, Mary Ann?
as far as I know.
That's right, I think she does, because we turn like everything over to her to get things. But I thought sure there would have been
I
some
got nothing for
paper.
that.
You didn't see anything?
Mm-hmm.
I don't get the papers.
Yeah,
Don't
But I didn't
everybody
see
leave
anything,
town
so-
council yet? I got a couple things you need to sign. I don't know. Was worried about a word for it. Because he gets conditions on the card back. If we accept the conditions.